Man, I said, bro, unique. This is what they should have done, innit?
Okay, cool.
They should have done Jamaica versus Trinidad and Tobago first as the flipping opener.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then after, like, make that one at like 3 o'clock. Actually, it was on midweek.
Bro, what are you saying?
What you're saying there? If you have it on the same day now, you've seen Jamaicans and Trinidad and them man kick ball. If you think them man are gonna have a good pitch to play on after, oh my god!
Do it like Emirates Cup. Cup, they had a match at like. I was on the weekend though, but say it was a weekend.
Yeah, it was.
I have a match at like 3, then a match at like 7. Boom.
Yeah.
Then you have all the crowds in one, and now you have the Ghanaians mixing with the Jamaicans and the.
Oh, so this is for you. This is for you.
It's like you want a war to break out. You want 50,000 black people in the same place at the same time.
I'll put it down.
Of course, bro. It's gonna be a crime scene. G.
Nah, but if or in that small stadium,
in that stadium,
why is there a crime scene? Because the black
there's
people,
going to be 50,000 black people.
It was England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Would you say that, fam?
Yeah. Pure racism, bro. I'm proving if Carragher will be proved right in it, that's what I'm gonna say, bro.
3 days after the season is crazy.
Yeah, 3 days. That's what I mean. I don't think you'll see the. Then again, the
there.
stars will be there, but they might not. Do you get it?
Party's not playing.
Jamaica gonna start front with
Leon Bailey's probably already on holiday with. You know what I mean?
Jamaica gonna start front with that guy Whisper. What's his name?
Whisper.
Yeah, is that Chelsea?
What's his name? Whisper.
Yeah, they call him Whisper. Sutton Sterling. Is it Sutton Sterling?
What, Raheem?
No, it's not Raheem. It's not Raheem. I think it's Sterling.
He's for Trinidad.
He played for Trinidad.
Yeah,
bro. I just remember Kenwin
Jones. Even he's probably still playing.
But who actually plays for Trinidad national team?
Name one Trini player right now.
That's the only one I know, bro.
Viewers, name one Trini player.
Active.
Nothing, bro.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah, other than Kenwin, yeah.
Stark.
Wait, was Kenwin even Trinidad? He was, innit? That's it.
That's it.
That's literally it. Still. There's got to be one, but nothing,
Marcus's mom is from I call it my brethren Marcus Rashford. You know,
I call them Marcus.
Red dreams. Don't know dreams. Hey, Marcus, shout at me innit? Flipping what?
That's a Marcus. Call like them girls.
Marcus's mom.
Like you went to his house.
VAR. His mom's from St. Lucia, bro.
What, do you know him as well?
No. Listen. When he was feeding the kids, he's like, "Oh, my mum being from St. Lucia," and that he got that wrong. That
wasn't talking about Marcus Rashford. I said Marcus Edwards, bro.
I bet you he's not Trini as well.
Bro, Marcus Edwards, bro.
Can we say full names because we do not know these men like that? Say Marcus, this Marcus, that.
Marcus, shit, that. Hey. But we're back. UTL. I don't know why I shouted. Shouted it like, yeah. Anyhow. But we're with the man. Come on. Favorite time of the week. You get me? Your favorite podcast. We appreciate all the views, all the shares, all the comments. You get me? From the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah, so I got a little bit of praise in the last video still.
What they saying?
Saying I'm a funny guy still.
Yeah. That one make you giggle.
I said, really? Really?
Hey, they called you Y-Specs though.
Y-Specs? No, I can't be Y-Specs.
I said Y-Specs.
I'm talking about picking up.
Y-Specs.
You know, they need to see the picture of you in specs. It always comes up on my camera.
You know
the picture?
Yeah.
I'll check it, bro.
When we went to the Adidas event.
Oh, you said, yeah, he was
hosting with
I'll put it in the GC.
It's funny. My hand was like this.
Kaka, that's the Kaka João Felix. Okay, but let's introduce the man that started on my right. United shirt. Now he's happy to wear the United shirt.
Right wing
look
today.
Europa win and look at him.
Maguire changed my life. Win, lose or draw. I'm a rim in. My team.
And then on the left wing today. All grey. Like he's in the
that's
cells.
3 weeks in a row I've been doing this. You know, I ain't got no other colours in my wardrobe, innit?
Need to change it up.
But yeah, man, it's Brandz, bro. We should change my.
We should start doing fans on this pod, you know.
We should start doing fans. We should start doing fans.
Bro, you'll be listen.
No. But if we do fans, even I will pat it up as well, though.
Yeah,
because he wouldn't pay. No, he wouldn't pay his own fan.
I swear to I'll pay the fan, bro.
Yeah, production is.
We'll do the fans, bro. We'll do fans for bare different things.
Bad jokes, fans.
We'll do fine. If you stutter, fine.
Fairs.
If you have a howler, fine.
I hear it.
If you're late, fine.
How much money are you trying to put into this?
I was gonna say,
We'll give it to Cherry. RSPCA.
Why you giving it to RSPCA, man? That's a bad joke. That's a fan right there. That's a fan right there. Oh man, but yeah, man, it's Brandz, innit? My music changed my life. Forever, I know it's still.
And then the 8.
Come on, you already know it's
Experience
Romz.
member.
You already know it's Romz. Van Dijk and sadly changed my life, innit? Operation retain the league, but you already know what it is. Come on.
Unk.
Fair enough. And then in the middle, pivot, dictating the
So you ain't got no
tempo.
strikers. Just a flat 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
cool. Now it's asking. Yeah, cool.
Hard to break down.
Diamond.
Hear it.
And then boom, yeah, man. Denzel FV. You already know. And obviously, we have to start with test your touch. I made it whilst we're in the stew right now. Do you get it? So this week's test your touch is. What question did I even go for? Alright, cool. Champions League week. 4 good teams there. I was looking at the Inter team. I was thinking, bro, how many men do I know that actually play for Inter Milan off the top of my head? So I thought, let me ask the man a minute.
Okay.
So today's test your touch is name as many Inter players in 60 seconds as you can.
Past and present.
Melito.
Current squad, no?
Current squad.
Alright, cool.
I said Belito.
Current squad. Make sure you try this at home. This is a more Bob type question, but it's not even easy, I'll be real. Because I was looking at that squad, I was thinking, yo.
They're
Yeah,
so
guys
bad.
even say Adriano.
Bro, I'm actually thinking now myself.
Not easy
It's
enough.
difficult still.
Because they are doing their thing in the Champions League. So I thought, yo, I call you. Guys, chill out, man.
What?
I chill out.
he's
actually
messaging my
texting.
mother.
He's texting. He's
Do you have a
He's not
problem? Do you have a
cheating.
problem, bro?
Nah, bro.
Alright, cool. Let's
That's
go.
a
Let's go.
fine,
Let's go.
you know,
Sorry,
that's a
sorry. Yeah, that's a fine. That would be a fine. That would be
Phones
fine.
are even a fan.
Nah,
Alright, cool. Your time starts now.
Latura Martinez,
DeMarco.
1,
Thuram.
2,
Barella,
3, 4,
Calhanoglu,
Yeah.
5,
Fratesi,
Yeah.
Dumfries.
7,
De Vrij,
8,
Acerbi,
Bastoni.
9, 10,
Jan Sommer,
11,
Bro,
Bisek.
12.
Correa. Is he still there? The striker.
No, I don't think so.
Is he not still there?
I don't think he's.
Bro, I've had a brain.
Oh, yeah, he is.
freeze, bro.
13.
Well done, you. Well done.
Um,
Who do I see score goals in?
Politano. Actually, no, that's Napoli.
Napoli, that's high still.
Used to play for them, innit?
Yeah,
You
used
said
to.
Fratesi, you said Barella.
15
is so
seconds left,
dark.
boys.
Do you
So
say
you
the
gotta
right? Do you say the right?
So you gotta
That
start at 11.
Augusto, you.
Oh, the Brazilian
Yeah,
effort. Yeah.
14.
Good shot.
That's a shot.
Handanovic. Still there?
This is why I called you Unk, bro. This is why I called you Unk.
Time!
This is why I called
Wait,
you
who's the
Unk.
keeper
bro.
other than Summer? Who's the two keeper?
I don't even know who the backup is, bro.
Wait, is that Handanovic cut?
Bro, Handanovic
you know he
is
was
10 to
36.
15 years
That's
ago,
what I'm
bro.
trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know which wasn't that long ago.
It was
Why?
at
It
least
wasn't
10,
that
it was
long
at least
ago.
10 years
No,
ago,
it was
bro.
more. It was less than 10. It was less than 10.
Are you serious?
We need to fact check that,
Find out when you
I
were
reckon he would have cut.
I'm saying
Find out,
7.
bro.
I'm saying like 7 years ago.
Bro.
I'm saying like 4.
I don't know
It's when he played or left them.
Left, not played.
Okay.
Left.
Left.
2023, bro.
That's what I
When he
mean.
left
That's only 2 years ago, bro.
But that
When
means
he
he was like 50.
When he was playing for them, gee, that was like 10 years
Was he
ago.
ever a starter for
He
them?
started there
Yeah.
at 2012 and he cut 2023. But
Spurs.
how many did you get? I thought I said.
You got to start in 11.
14.
Plus about, yeah.
So Jan Sommer, Dumfries. Let me just say play that you missed. Zielinski, Arnautovic,
I thought he was thing, man. I thought he was Napoli.
Fratesi.
We said
One
that,
of them
we
said
said
him,
that, we
yeah.
said that, Brandz.
You said that, yeah, you're right. Pavard, you didn't say him.
Oh,
Aslani,
That's the one
Damian.
that was gassing.
Ooh, forgot Damian.
Taremi as well. To be fair, you said a lot of players, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to have a 23-man squad. We got like 14. So, I mean,
They got like 15, 16, I think. There's a guy called Gennaro, Josep Martinez. You done well still. Let us know how you done at home. These are little questions just to get the man them up to the paces. But obviously, like I said, Champions League, a lot happened. It's time to discuss it, man. This one's a freestyle episode. I thought the best way is to start there. So where do you want to start? Let's start the biggest game.
Yeah, we
Obviously,
have
I've done
to.
the screening. Arsenal versus Madrid. Obviously, I have my thoughts as an Arsenal fan. I want to hear it from you, man's point of view. So, Romz, let's talk about, because we've heard a lot about Arsenal. Let's talk about Real Madrid and their issues first, innit?
I can't lie, which I was right about again, innit? But
You might as well start it off, kick us off today, innit? Real Madrid. What do you think's gone wrong for them in the Champions League, bro?
Well, I mean, there's only one thing. His name's killing him. Mbappe. He's
Elaborate.
turned the whole place upside down. Because the team just doesn't fit the team.
What do you mean? In terms of
Like,
what?
if you look at when they won it, yeah. So they had Benzema that 1 year, and he was just relentless. Goal, I think every single tie. Even did he score in the final that year? I'm not sure.
No, he didn't.
No.
Oh,
So every single
yeah.
tie, every single game apart from the final and the knockouts. Yeah. Then you go to the time they won it after.
Yeah, last season.
They had Cruz
Yeah.
behind.
Josely as well. He's doing his thing.
I hate when man mentioned the Joselu thing.
I don't really. I mean personally, I wouldn't count
Impact player,
Joselu because
Yeah,
you
but-
need players like that. But
But
they've had guys like Brahim come on and do that this year. But if you look at the structure of that team is just 10 packs of just cheeks, buns, whatever you want to call it, bro.
I feel like, actually, what do you think?
The only reason I
Go
mention the
on.
Josely thing is because I hear you. Like, I'm not saying, they're not winning because he's not there. Of course not, bro. But I feel like they had a focal point with, like he said, with a Benzema, with a Joselu. Like,
But Joselu didn't even start every game, though.
I know, but when he came on, he was effective and like he would pin, he was spin man, and he can also score. But I just think the problem with Real Madrid, word to what you said, Mbappe, but not just him, it's balance, bro. How many times? I'm not gonna act like I watch them week in, week out in the league, but when I've seen them in Champions League, you've basically got, for me, there's two things. You've got three men that want to be the main man in Ballon, Vinny, and Mbappe. I think egos can work, but then you need to have structure. And we've said on this pod since we started this pod, Ancelotti just does too much freestyling. There's no real structure there. But many times, not even just in both legs against you lot, you'll see Vinny, Mbappe, and Rodrigo all trying to go to the left. And Rodrigo, that's a player I want to speak on. He's getting a lot of slack right now, but you can tell he looks a bit uncomfortable on the right because when you see him on the left for Madrid, he cooks, bro. Like, he actually cooks. But I know you're saying, obviously, we'll just speak about Madrid, but this is why I think we need to give Arsenal credit as well, because you made them look like that. I think two things can be true at once. Like, Madrid were bad, but Arsenal were good and they were competent. You know what I mean?
What do you think the split is, though, between Arsenal being good and Madrid being bad?
80-30. Because I think even if
That's not 100. That's a fine.
That's fine. I was testing
That's 110. That's an 80. He's an 80.
Bro, are we not testing touches anymore? What the flip? Hey, are we not testing touches
It's an
anymore?
80-30. I'll say 80.
Bro, Akanji showed me that one, bro. He showed me on the whiteboard, bro. What are you talking about?
Hey, yo.
I'll say 80.
See, you were gonna say 80-30.
I'll say 80 Arsenal, probably 20% Madrid, but I just think a balance issue as well because but obviously Valverde started where he should have started, but I think Alaba, let's be honest, you know when Carragher said when the football league, what did Carragher say?
Football before the
Football leaves you.
It's left even 30 yet.
Yeah, bro. I think he's what, 31?
He's
32?
30.
But
I just think
come back from injury and that.
but the fact 50% Saka made him look like that, bro. You got early booking and then you're cautious the rest of the game.
Because as his career went on, he plays more centre back.
Yeah.
And he's picked up a lot of injuries as well.
Yeah.
But for me, with Madrid, I just think it's more of a balance issue. But I think Arsenal are cold, and there was a lot of talk that should Arsenal go for it second leg or should they be like pragmatic? But I think Arteta did what you need to do in moments. There was moments where you knew you sat back, and there's moments where you went for it, bro.
Now we'll get into that though. But in terms of Madrid, like I hear there's just like focal point. They had that with Bellingham last season. That's how they were using Bellingham.
Yeah.
Hold it up. But people even getting onto Bellingham when he was doing.
Do you think they're using him effectively now, though?
Nah.
Bellingham? But bro, what do people want, fam? When he plays 8, does the box to box thing, collects the ball a bit deeper, man don't complain. When he was when he was doing the centre
No, but
forward
he's
10
doing the
thing,
same
they
thing,
were
though.
complaining as well. Like,
Wait, when he was doing the box crashing thing, you know, the first couple months for them.
they were saying that's all he does.
Yeah, but he does
true, yeah. They're saying you don't do enough, yeah.
Bro, there's always complaints, fam.
So-
In my opinion, innit? I feel like when you have players like Mbappe, Vinny, and Rodrigo, yeah, cool. Structure in football is very important. But when you have players of that quality, they should find a way on the pitch, innit? And that's why a lot of people thought, okay, cool, going to the Bernabeu, Arsenal might, bro, Real Madrid might do their thing, innit? Because, bro, there's the quality. All it takes is 10 minutes for an Mbappe to turn up or a Vinny to turn up, and then boom, it's done, innit? So there's no way man can tell me, like, bro, there was no way. If Mbappe is available, you're gonna grab him. I think if you have the money available
100%.
on a free,
It wasn't the right move though.
bro, no one said. Okay, cool.
I
At
think
the time, were people saying that they?
Yes,
No,
they were.
nobody.
Can I
nobody
just
was
say,
saying
can I
it
say,
wasn't
this
the right
revision
move.
Go on.
I was gonna say, bro, this revision is mad because I hear what you're saying is that it's a wrong move, but I just read something this morning. Yeah, you know Mbappe. As much as we're saying this, that, and other about him, You know, he's still on course to get the most goals in a debut season.
But he hasn't been that good this year.
I think you're saying he's not been good when it matters.
For his standard,
This is what I think. I believe, obviously, scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in football.
Yeah.
But we're talking about a man who has always scored goals. Same way with Haaland. They've said he has had a down year, but he's had a very bad year because he's got 21 goals this year. Do you get it? How many men can say they've got 20?
David, what do you think about the purchase of Mbappe? And
again, we're not going to move
as if
they made a mistake by signing Mbappe. Listen, if Mbappe is available on a free transfer, you're going to do it 9 times out of 10. But 10 times out of 10 even. But you're looking at Real Madrid, their attacking dynamics, they've got 3 left wingers on the pitch. It's blatant to see that Mbappe doesn't want to play through the middle. He doesn't look like he can physically play through the middle at this point in his career. 26 years old. He's one of the quickest players in the world. One of the scariest 1v1 ever, but you want him to be doing back to goal. I don't think he generally even wants to do back to goal. So that's a long-term problem that they're probably going to have, unless he...
But this is meant to be the best player in the world.
But the maddest thing is,
how can you do this? How can we do this for Mbappe? But, I just don't understand why we do this for Mbappe, but then other players have to suffer and just hold that type of criticism, though.
What do you mean?
Like, when it's Mbappe, he's not a striker, like the stuff you're saying, you get what I'm trying to say? But there's other players out there in different positions as well who have to just hold that criticism and get told you have to adapt.
No, but who's
Ballon, like last season when he was playing?
No, but that suited him. That suited.
Yeah, but he done well in the position that's not his. Mbappe against Man City, bro, he looked good in the 9. He done what I would expect from Mbappe in the 9.
Half fit defenders. The minute he come up against 2 actual.
But you're not booking. Arsenal defense is probably the best in the world.
That's what
I'm saying.
That's what I'm trying to say.
People saying Mbappe's not a striker, but really and truly, is it because Arsenal just defensively was sound, bro? Really and truly, Mbappe will crash in the 9 against most teams.
I think the reason why the spotlight's on Mbappe as well, because I know you're saying Arsenal are the best defensively, and even like structurally you are, but it's against a Kivior. Let's be honest, going into both ties, a lot of people saying, Mbappe versus Kivior, safe. People are laughing it off. And the fact because bro, you'll know as like a striker, sometimes Saliba's giving me a hard time. Let me go to the weaker. No, in general. But let me go to the weaker link, innit? And even sometimes in both ties, he was going to Kivior's side and Kivior was still looking him up, bro. And you think to yourself, these are the moments you kind of need to.
Even against Atletico, there was a couple of times I swear Mbappe won the penalty through that run. Like, you get it? Like, so
he's still showing quality because he's a fantastic player.
In the first leg, he was even good.
One of their best players, bro. Yeah.
He done things.
Because he's still a top player.
With
he was decent, bro.
With his 110.
Brandz, why you did it? He was decent in that first leg.
110. You know, I thought it was a joke.
Forget Mbappe. It's not even an Mbappe thing. Vinny was trash.
Terrible.
He's been dead all
the year. Was trash.
I think it's back to Ancelotti though, because bro, especially second leg specifically, there was no tactics. You know what their tactic was? Get the ball to Mbappe and Vinny and just run at the defense. And Arsenal would just
Madrid have been doing that though. Madrid have been doing that. Look at the way that they done Dortmund in the final.
Let me ask you this, I always say
when they cruise, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
and that's what that gets.
I think it's mainly down to just having cruise.
That gets on to my next point. The midfield are a bit like who played and who started?
Valverde.
You
know, I was watching that game. Sometimes there was literally no one in midfield apart from the Arsenal players, bro. Sometimes I was looking at them. They've got Modric out on the right. They've got Bellingham all the way on this side. They've got no one in there. The only people occupying this space in the middle are the Arsenal players.
But then you see when Arsenal, we weren't doing a low block, but we was in a good
you're lacking a mid block. Yeah.
Madrid don't really have that guy that could. Like Modric just kind of passed it. Like he kind of shown in this game.
Do you know they had him on the bench, but they brought him on too late? I remember we were saying during the watch party.
This guy's gonna bring up that.
Brahim Diaz, bro's capable of it because when he's the one player in that team. Obviously, he's not going to start ahead of the names, understandably. But this is why I think Ancelotti should have brought him on a bit earlier because he will actually drop in deep and try and play that through ball. And even Endrick, I think Endrick. I know you lot the tile's already done, but he come on and we're speaking about out and out nines. He stretched the game a bit, bro. I saw Kivior on. What's his name? Stevie having to run back a bit. When Mbappe's there, like you said, it's not his game. He's dropping deep all the feet. Yeah, and he's dropping deep all the time, bro. But I think it's kind of a
and also, bro, they had who was the right back that game? Flipping Vasquez and Alaba.
Vasquez kills me, bro.
That team is right. That team, the more you think about it, that team is actually buns, bro.
They need a rebuild still. They actually need a rebuild.
The team, no. The names aren't buns, but the team itself isn't great.
I feel like even with this team that they have available, they should be doing a lot better than what they're doing. And people are trying to make up, like they're just too much structure talk. The players themselves have to do better. Vinny, bro, he said he wanted Ballon d'Or this year, bro. He actually has to do better.
I'm actually happy he didn't get in there because, bro, what it would have done to his ego. Bro, I swear you're saying before the game, be here at 9 p.m. and that, and then you put
then that takes us on to that stuff, bro. Yeah, bro. Can't lie. At first, I was shook until they started doing all of that. Then I said, bro, these men are...
You know you got to them. You broke them mentally.
Because I've never seen Real Madrid move like that before, you know. When I said, when I clocked they started moving like that, I thought, cool, they actually might actually
broke them mentally, bro. Arsenal actually got into theirs mentally because what they said against PSG and Man City, they did like a little announcement video, but it weren't to the extent they'll do it with you. They're saying apparently... I shouldn't laugh. Rodrigo's dad was outside at 4 a.m. doing
Go get some sleep. Go get some sleep.
Bro, couple...
And his son even played what? His son got held by an 18-year-old. Brandz age.
We need to speak about. We're going to speak about him later on because
we'll speak about him now, fam.
Lewis Skelly, bro.
Yeah. You chat to us.
Lewis Skelly, my bad, didn't it? I came here 3 weeks ago.
It was him. Do you remember?
I said he wasn't ready for Real Madrid. I said he wasn't ready for the Bernabeu. I hold my hands up, bro. The guy was fantastic over both legs.
Kind of fury,
carrying the ball, the confidence to again take it under pressure in any situation. The guy's fantastic, bro. He might generally be. I'm trying to think how he ranks up in terms of your talents. I think he might be the best in CES still. Is he at his age? I think he's better than Saka at his age. I think he's better than Ethan.
Ethan. No, I thought Ethan's better.
Saka wasn't doing this at the Bernabeu at 18.
Wait, Wilshere at his age?
They weren't even in
Bernabeu at 18.
They weren't even in Europe, bro. They were in Europe.
Wait, how old was
the Champions League?
How old was Wilshere when he put in the performance against Javi?
He was 19.
A bit older, innit?
Bro, Saka was carrying that team from left back, bro.
Yeah, when you say carrying,
I still think, I actually still think Ranieri is the bigger talent.
That's what I was trying to say to my brethren.
Talent-wise, isn't it? But his thing, football don't work like that though. Football's not about
and also football's about opportunities. And where let's be honest, Calafiori's coming. Not only, I'm not gonna say bad form, but not only he's had a few iffy performances, he's been injured, so that gateway for Lewis Skelly was there. And now a lot of people are saying, ask Pete for Calafiori. As a big club, you want them headaches. When Calafiori now comes back, bro, you can then rotate Lewis Skelly, because let's be honest, he's predominantly going to be your starting left back now.
I just like how he's taking every opportunity. England debut, took the opportunity. Prem, took the opportunity. Champions League, took the opportunity. Fantastic. And I feel like it's his confidence in it. He's not afraid to just, bro, a lot of man after the few reds and that'll be on their mind and they'll be moving safety. Like he's still, bro, going to Bernabeu and playing the same ways, isn't it? So if he was to make a mistake in a big game, me personally, I wouldn't even be mad because I know that, bro, that's what makes him so good, trying to play with confidence, isn't it? So that's him. But then
quickly about Madrid, that we forgot to speak about. Do you know how I know you lot got to them and they were just running out of ideas? Whenever you see a club just going crossing all the time, like resorting to just crossing in a box, bro, you're not going to do that against your 6 foot 10 centre backs. That's just food and drink for them, bro. That's when I knew they were doing that from about the 20th, 30th minute. I said, Arsenal won this, bro.
That's when I have to big up Arteta, innit, car?
Yeah.
The shape, the setup was good, innit? Like, we even, like, Kiwior, don't get it, I'm not taking anything away from him. Like, he played very good for him. Like, he was solid for him. Even that second game, top. But the setup helps guys like that, innit?
Yeah.
Like, protect, bro. When Kiwior, there was bare mistakes made in the second 2 legs, you know? When Kiwior lost the ball, when Skelly lost the ball, that's when then guys like Rice, bro, guys like Martinelli, they're all like get back into shape.
There was even a situation in the first leg, where they make a mistake. Mbappe has the ball and he should have squared it to Rodrigo. He was clear and he just
Rice,
bro.
Declan Rice, bro.
Bro, that's an all-timer performance. That's the performance you speak about in years to come, bro.
Declan Rice, Pep Guardiola, that would have been new, man. Still.
Should have been.
That would have been fake. Him and
They just offered more money than us, innit?
So you're rolling around with Nico.
He's a top player, man. Sooner than later, we're gonna have to entertain the discussions of him being, one of the better midfielders in world football.
I don't know. Why not now though?
Consistency. He's got to do it again and again and again because that's what the best did, bro.
How many times do you get to be Real Madrid a year?
Not Real Madrid, but I'm talking about like in general. This is one Champions League campaign. Can I get another one?
If he does it both legs against PSG now and the final, then I think the conversation's there, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think about his England position though? Is he still going to play DM now?
I'm happy he brought this up because, go first, bro. I've got my opinion,
bro, because watching what he did in the 8, bro, I accepted, obviously, with our current construction that he might have to do a job in the 6. I took that back. I need
I've been
him
saying this for
in
time,
the
man.
age
You
for
have-
he has,
England.
he has, yeah.
You have been.
Denzel needs his flowers
I've been
still.
with you. I've been saying for time as
But
well
then
that he hasn't been the
this is
sixth.
what hurts my head though, yeah, because bro, man will say, for me, I just think the correct answer is the hybrid. He's that good. I think he can do a bit of both. But
It's not like he
when-
can't do 6. He can do 6 for a
No.
exactly. level. He can do a 6 better job than Maine, who could do the 6, bro.
Yeah, mate.
Do
Mate, yeah, mate.
But
do you
Maine
know-
is a very good player, though.
But
do you
Maine
know
is not
what-
a 6 either.
do you know the thing with
Like-
Maine
But
was
he's-
playing in the United
I
Academy
need a
as 10.
specialist 6. Like he's not as good as a 6 as Caicedo, is he?
he's not even a better 6 than Partey. Partey's a better 6 than Rice.
Get it?
Yeah, but for what England have available, he can do the 6 the best job out of all of them.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't
why
think so.
he's
You know, I don't think so.
Who
I
could
read
do
that.
No,
better
no, I
6?
agree. I agree.
Jordan still.
I agree with
Wharton.
Denzel.
But so the
That's a
lone,
shout.
lone 6 though
That's what he does, bro.
He
for
doesn't.
Palace.
Plays in the
Basically,
two.
nah, bro.
There's
He-
two.
he-
there.
Hughes is
played
near
the-
him
same way,
sometimes,
same way,
innit?
same way. Like
Hughes is near
same
him
way, like
sometimes.
you guys, you played the 2,
Yeah.
but it's not like it's like you have the 3 centre halves, and then you have what? You have one sitting in front.
Yeah,
to
one's
help
more attacking,
move.
one's more defensive, but more or less it is a 2.
So
And
you
I
think-
want, bro, we need to find a specialist 6, bro. I don't know
I
who it
think-
is.
I
I don't
think
know if
if
it's
it's
Archie.
Wharton,
Gray.
England
always
always
have
have
specialist 6,
bro.
bro.
Bro, do you know the thing?
The Wharton is literally the specialist 6.
Where-
The
where-
only one in this
Brandz,
country.
Where's this come from, bro? You've never
He's
seen
been
Wharton play
doing
lone
this.
6. No, he
Bro, he's
hasn't.
been doing this.
No, he
He
has
just
for
came back from
Palace
injury
still.
and he's not playing lone 6. He's playing in a double pivot behind the back three.
Bro, how can a man say? How can a man say that? First of all, England play a back 3. Second of all,
We're not
he just
gonna
come back
play a
from
back
injury. He
three.
played one game and got man of the match in his first game, bro. Even against City, before we
So you
put
think
5 past
Wharton,
them,
it
he's the
should be a
best player on
Wharton
the
thing in a
pitch.
6.
LMD.
Wharton, it should be Wharton and Rice midfield at least, bro.
Why?
That means you're
Different.
sacrificing one of the other 2.
I say,
that's
I say
fine.
England get rid of the 10 and do 2 8s. You got 2 exceptional 8s. You got Rice and Bellingham in a minute.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
And then you
But
get
then-
a good...
No, but then,
Can
but
we
then,
get-
but then
can we
guess
get
what? But then
six,
guess what?
bro?
But then we have no creativity. So
But
it has
is
to be
that
Palmer.
true?
Can we quickly go back? But then you do on the
What
wide
creativity
area.
do we have?
Saka.
We have one of the best right wingers, the best creative
So
right
all our
wingers in the world.
creativity is coming from the right wing.
It can.
Saka, yeah.
Only him.
And we have a left winger as well. We have Kane, what's Kane?
So who's King gonna? So Kane's
why-
gonna. So
that's
Kane's
what-
gonna create.
that's
Can
what
I
I'm
quickly
gonna-
speak about the Rice thing though?
Before,
yeah.
before you start quickly, yeah. Why does everyone want a team of like a runner and then like a Odegaard or a Bruno?
We don't
like,
need
bro,
that.
Liverpool, they had the Fabinho, yeah. Then they had Gini and Hendo.
That
And
was
they
him,
killed
yeah.
football.
Bro,
Yeah.
they
And they
had
destroyed
Mane,
football.
Salah,
Yeah.
and Firmino.
Exactly.
And
We've
and
got
you
Kane,
and
Saka,
was Firmino not linking? Was Firmino not bringing them man into
He was the
play?
main guy. He was the link.
Firmino was the link man.
But then you know what's so mad about that front 3? All 3 of them could create. Where Denzel's got a point. If you have that front 3 of Saka, who would play on the left though?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's the
the-
only
That's the
issue.
only headache because I don't know who's going to play on the
They're
left.
gonna end up playing Gordon there. And that is
Gordon,
I
needs to
rate
pick
Gordon,
it up.
but
I rate Gordon, but you need to pick it
International
up.
level,
We'll see.
we ain't really seen it. But I
What was
quickly
you
want
gonna
to
say? Yeah,
go
man.
back to the Rice thing. Yeah, the reason why I think people can't, this is why I'm just settling now that he's so good. He's just a hybrid because when he plays exceptional in the 8, people says, you know what, like. Even we're good at this, you know what? He's an 8, and I know you two been saying it for a long time. But when he has a mad performance in the 6, people like, you know what? Actually,
Who
he's a
we
6.
talking about?
Let's say Declan Rice.
when
at
was
the
the last
moment.
time Raz even played 6?
Not for a while, because it's funny, yeah. Partey when he was injury prone and Rice was doing his thing in the 6, people like, yeah, see, he's not
Was
an
it
8.
even
And
him
that.
though? Was it not Jorginho?
Now I remember last season though. Now we
Last
played
season
6
early,
against
we won
United.
Yeah.
Against United had a good game in
Yeah.
the 6.
And then
I think
people
against-
screaming for the 6 role, bro. But I just think, bro, we should just accept that he can do both. For me, I'm with you two. The reason why I've always said he's better in the 8 is because people almost think if 8, you need to play these through balls. You can break lines through your runs. And that's what Rice has been doing that since West Ham. He breaks lines through his runs.
And instead of being a DM that stops it when it gets there, he stops it early
front,
doors,
yeah.
innit?
There was one
Which
count
helps
on
us,
Madrid.
which allows Partey to do what he needs to do.
There was
man.
one counter Madrid did in the second leg, bro. Rice literally, like you said, he stopped it at the halfway line. I was like, no,
Bro, his
this guy don't
his
stop.
fitness is crazy. Like, but for him to progress, then he gets better in the final third. That thing.
I think
can
he's really
come.
amazing. In the
He
final
already said
third.
that
Not
himself.
amazing though.
But for what he started off as, bear in mind, he started off as a centre back.
Yeah.
For what he started off as, I think
It's
right,
mad
the
pretty.
progression where he is, he has as many goals and assists as he did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
you
know,
know his
but
goal
the progression
catalogue
will
is
come, will
his
come.
goal
'Cause he
catalogue
can shoot, he
is
can strike a ball.
That's
bro,
what
he's
I'm
one of the
saying.
best ball strikers. Bro, his goal, if you look at his goal catalogue for Arsenal alone, Chelsea away,
West Ham away.
West Ham away, United this season and that, bro, both free kicks, bro, his goal catalogue is
That's why I feel like
crazy.
he needs confidence to shift and shoot sometimes. So there'll be times where he'll rather just lay it off.
You know, he said that himself. Come out and
Oh,
said, I
sir.
think I need to shoot a bit more because when I have, you've seen some of my goals and that. He come out and said he wants to improve his GA.
So
And
that's the thing about Reyes. But quickly, I want to speak about Odegaard and Saka, innit? So we'll speak about Odegaard because a lot of men are onto Odegaard right now. David, I was on him during the screening.
So was
innit?
I.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Odegaard this season then?
Odegaard, of course, like he's had, he's gone couple steps backwards. But again, what I don't like is the revisionism on what he's been for Arsenal so far. For the last 2 seasons before this, he was Arsenal's Player of the Year in where you almost won the league ball with it 2 years ago. Cool. And last year you got 8-9 points again, was your Player of the Year. So we're not going to act like he hasn't been, or he's been cheats the whole time. He's just going through a rough period. He started off the year with a bad injury, he was out for 2 months. He hasn't really recovered from that, and he's had a bad season. But
as a captain, though, can you let that slide? Or
yes,
you can't. Not as a captain, right, bro? Did you even see? It's little clips like this that mean a lot. Did you see when Arsenal about to come out the tunnel? Odegaard says it like soft whispering, "Come on, boys," and Declan Rice like, "Come on," like that, bro. He's doing those little things that just make you think you are captain material. I think. Do you know what? I actually think the captain responsibility is actually weighing on him a bit too much, and I think when you remove that, because I don't think he's going to be your captain going into. Let's be honest, like,
you can't strip him of the captain.
You don't think he'll strip Odegaard of captaincy?
Give it to who though?
Rice, bro.
Even if you wanted to, you don't do that.
I feel like I'm not even.
Gabriel's English.
It doesn't matter who wears the armband because we already got a team full of guys that are a bit like we got Rice, you got Gabriel, Saka's even a bit of a leader. You trust him on the ball. Like I don't think the captain doesn't really always have to wear the armband, in my opinion, innit?
I hear that.
Like, you have good guys across the areas of the pitch that are leaders.
Do you want me to be honest here? I always thought, like, I'm gonna be honest. I thought Odegaard was Arsenal's player, but this season's kind of made me realise. Obviously, he's a cold player without Saka, but Saka is heavily reliant on to have a good performance with Saka in the team, bro.
Yeah, this
I've started to realise.
Brandz was saying it from time.
Odegaard's suffering the same thing that your boy is, bro. Foden and Odegaard, I don't like the revision that they're just washed. They'll be back next season. They will. They're both of them.
Now, but the thing about Foden, though, people have been saying this for a time.
There's just agendas, bro.
Are you sure?
This is his first bad year. The treble season, he was literally just out injured.
He had bad patches, though.
That's what happens when you play in a position like when you play in that position there. How many men that play in that position can you say, bar De Bruyne, are consistently good?
Yeah, a lot of men that play in that position do have regular
what position are you talking about? The 10?
10, yes. Yeah. Palmer's gone through it now. Like.
Yeah.
Bar De Bruyne, who literally is otherworldly, bro. Like, we're talking about
Ozil went through it.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Every 10, every
player like that happens. It just happens to the position. I don't know why.
And
how much time do you give? How much do you allow?
Bear in mind, this is our top. This is our second top scorer this season.
When do you allow Odegaard? When does it go from Odegaard, bro? Pattern up now, G.
I think if it gets to
when
Christmas,
does it get to Cole Palmer? Yo, pattern up now.
If it gets to Chris, I always say, bro, Messi and Ronaldo. I tweeted this year. Messi and Ronaldo have made it seem that top players can't have one bad season. It's not normal. It's normal, bro. Them two are just aliens. But if it gets to like 18 months to 2 years, then you have to start having that
Salah had a bad season before.
In terms of numbers, he actually hasn't.
Bro, they called
De Bruyne had a bad season before.
De Bruyne's never had a bad season.
Unless he's been injured.
Has Haaland had a bad season before?
No.
They're saying that this season's a bad season.
And it's not really a bad season.
Yeah, he's still got 20 goals.
The underwhelming season.
Some guys actually, some players.
You know what Salah never has for us? If you're talking performances, there's this thing when he comes back from AFCON, he kind of drops off. But in terms of numbers, he's got 20 plus, I think 30 goals in GA every season since being at us still. Mm-hmm. So he actually hasn't. Haaland hasn't, even at Dortmund. You've got a point there, but I don't like that people act like it's not normal because this was happening before the Messi and Ronaldo era. It was actually happening, bro. Players were having that one bad season, but I don't know. You make a point. I think recently the top players haven't really.
Hazard
did the same thing that Foden did.
Yeah.
And his season was worse.
Much worse still.
So yeah, man.
Now, but moving on, obviously, let's talk about
BS7.
Barca are there. I was going BS7.
Mm-hmm.
But we already know about BS7.
World class. If anyone knows, because I feel like now it's
Can
like...
I apologise?
What were you saying before?
I was saying I need to... Because it wasn't even just a
he said he's not world class.
He is now. This I'm apologising. Like, bro... Performances, if you see him do what he did against Real Madrid, man, I scratched there. If you see what he done against Madrid and you're still not giving him that title, then something's wrong with you. But I've got logic to what I'm saying here. The reason why I didn't, because it wasn't just a Champions League thing. It was a European thing because I've seen him go away to I know he done it against Sporting this time, but I've seen him go away to that Sporting, Olympiacos and whatnot. And even then in Europa League,
no, he was cold.
Away from home. At home he was cold. At home he was cold, bro. Away from home he wasn't. And then I was like, I saw Allianz last season. To be fair, your whole team wasn't really, but away from home I was like, this is what I mean. Like, he's cold, and I always said he will be, but I was like, I need to see it at big performances. He done it Sporting this season. He's done it Bernabeu. I have to shut up now. I've got nothing more to say about him. Like, he is world class.
My issue
but I just had my
was that
question mark.
People always he'll do something, and then they'll think of something that he hasn't done.
That was me. That was me. That was me.
He'll do it at home against Bayern, but then they'll say he has to do it away against Bayern. That's what I'm saying. So
No, but wouldn't you agree it's easier to do it away from home? It's easy to do it at home and away from home because comfort zone.
Bro, you just play what you play in it. Like, bro, if he had not scored that against Real Madrid, what a man saying now? What, he's not world class. He had to have scored in that game.
That's the only time I really agree with David's logic. Like, usually David will say to me, "Oh, like, don't rush it, this, that, and the third." But you know the opposite end of it now, where people will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna call a player world class because of this performance here." You know what I'm trying to like?
That performance doesn't make him world
class. That performance can't make you world class because Saka's been. Oh, sorry.
That's what I'm trying to.
No, but I just needed to see him do it more.
The performance against France, the performance in the Euros, when he crashed it.
Even Euros, finally, he was cold. Like without GA, even
against Liverpool, he crashed it on them. Look what he done to Robbo. Yeah. Against Tottenham, against Man City.
You put him in a blender.
Bro, he's just playing what he's got in front of him. Now we haven't really had opportunities to play Real Madrid. This is the first time we play Real Madrid in God knows how long. Yeah. And he's crashed it on them. Like, we just needed time to play against these teams, and he showed it. Against Bayern, he scored. Like, against PSG, he scored. But okay, free kick. Like, bro, like.
It's true. You just
have to play. You just got to play what's in front of you. Sometimes people calling Cole Palmer before seeing him play against these teams as well. Do you have to play against these teams to be classed as world class? That's what I want to ask. That's a question for the man, isn't it?
I think people want to see you do it again in the most hostile environments and against the best in it. And I think after Wednesday, I'm not saying it was this particular performance, but this was the performance that made me think there's nothing more to say now. And you know why I've got to rate this performance even more? Yeah. Off the back of what he done in the first 10 minutes, because bro, when he Panenka it, you do it in the middle. Like, I don't know. I think he overthought the penalty. You don't do it to the side, right?
I feel like maybe just might have messed up the technique.
Yeah, but I think he did everything. I think he thought, I'm in a Bernabeu, let me do something out of the ordinary. But bro, that finish, because I see one tweet. Oh, it was from a Chelsea fan. You know, the Chelsea fans are the main fans that dislike him, innit? But it was from a Chelsea fan, like, everyone's gassing up this Saka, that Saka finish. It's the only finish he could have done. But how many players have we seen not perfect that, be in that position that they might put it too high or they might do it too tame and the keeper just collects it. Bro, the fact he redeemed himself with that. I wouldn't even say redeemed himself because even from the off, he got Alaba a yellow card in the first minute.
I wouldn't even say he got Alaba. I think Alaba wanted to leave one on him. I'll be honest. If you saw it,
no, but do you know why I say
Alaba wanted to?
Do you know why I said he got Alaba? Because me and Jay were even saying during the watch thing, he cut in 3 times in the first 20 minutes. Alaba was not learning. I think he got 2 shots off far post.
But do you know the Saka goal? Yeah, if you see the movement, fam, flipping out. Yeah, he's collected the ball out wide. Some dumb wingers would have tried to take Alaba line, knowing that they can't. So instead of that, he's recycled it, hit it back to Odegaard, and he's done a run across the middle, innit?
Yeah.
And he's waited. Marino's played him and he's dinked.
Someone needs to speak to Courtois about that goalkeeping. I'll be sorry.
Bro, yeah,
Marino needs credit for that as well. The way a pass, bro, and knowing when to drop in.
But that's what Saka's, he's off the ball movement. That's what Nwaneri needs to learn when he plays right wing. Just like, you don't always have to collect wide. You can make the run inside.
Ethan's not naturally a wing guy.
That's just
he's so intelligent.
That's just IQ that's a talented player, just knowing where to be. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? But I want to talk about the other teams in that. So you got PSG, Barcelona, Inter. What do you think about PSG? Okay, cool. PSG are playing Arsenal. What do you think? How much of a threat do they?
Going forward, right now, I think they're the scariest team in Europe still. I think their front three is plus Barcola is up there with
this guy covered his face. Why?
I don't know why he's confused. I don't know what's confused.
Why? The scariest team going forward isn't the team that scored the most goals this season.
Are you saying Barca?
There you go.
It's up there. I think it's a coin toss.
I think they're level.
But I think I favour PSG.
So did PSG concede?
Not as much as Barca conceded like 3 or 4 to Benfica, 3 to the other day to
they had a red card.
PSG conceded 3 to Aston Villa. They let Aston Villa get back to
their foot off the gas. Bro.
Do you know what? I can see PSG having more of the ball than you lot, but this is, I said, I don't know if you lot agree. I don't think there's defensively good as a lot of people are saying. Yeah, bro, because even us, do you know what? We made them look bad. They're a class team, but our attack were just up. Like they just weren't doing what they was supposed to be doing both legs. When you saw how Villa scored over both legs, counter-attacking, and when you got all them arrows like Marlon, Jacob Ramsey, all of them, man.
It's the midfield, fam. That's why
it's the fullbacks as well.
We went to Arsenal versus PSG, we ate up their midfield, those little midgets, fam. Bro, against you, man, the way that you, man, played them, your midfield just flipping open. So that's how you allow them to transition. The same way against Real Madrid, we stopped them from doing the transition. If you allow these teams to get the ball early to these players, you're going to get smoked.
Why I think you lot are all wrong for them stylistically as well, You know, normally if teams, you send one fullback forward and the other one tucks in. They send both, bro. Like, they literally send
That means Saka and Martinelli have to flip and get the
but they'll do that. They're both runners, bro.
Yeah, but that means attack who's like...
Yeah. Like,
you know, against Real Madrid, we actually saw Saka Martinelli probably as high, like, in position. I haven't seen Saka in that many. Actually, Saka's always gets in them positions.
He was high, yeah.
So I mean, it's
But
the
I haven't seen
norm for
Martinelli
him.
as much as he was high up like that.
Yeah.
But
But then you know he's a workhorse. Even in his bad form, that's one thing everyone credits him for doing. I reckon them two will do that all day long, bro.
Well, who do you man think have that game though? Arsenal.
I think you don't win it.
I think
I'm gonna say,
both teams take their home legs, to be honest.
and it's about who scores the most in the home leg.
Like, who do you think?
Oh, I could hear that.
I don't
think
think not to boy PSG. I don't think they really have a chance, bro. I think they're
Against Arsenal?
defensively.
Look how they're playing though.
You lot are the best defensive team in the world, bro, and by a big
Them
gap as
and
well.
Inter. 'Cause
So
I think
in terms, if there's anyone to deal with their transitions, because PSG transitions are
Do you know
joke.
when we went Arsenal
But
PSG and
they'll
then
deal with
Dewey
it.
was playing and I said, who the flip is that guy? He played so dead that day. I was thinking,
So the Barcola as well.
But
Man, how
yeah,
football can change.
I feel like you lot
Yeah.
can deal with them transitions, man.
But Cavara, they pattern up the system a bit.
bro,
and then boom.
Barcola barely, I don't think Barcola even starts for them.
Nah, he's not. He comes to
I think you lot win it.
yeah, Arsenal.
Champions
Arsenal
League.
think no.
Champions
wait, the
League.
whole
Yeah. I'm not even trolling. I genuinely think you win it, bro. I just think you're stylistically the only team. I think if you don't win it, the only team I think will stop you is Inter, because I think I say into my brethren, yeah, the final stylistically, that PSG and Barcelona, I think that's who the neutral ones will be attacking. But Barca and Inter, that's going to be the dead.
I
Wait,
don't-
Inter and
I
Arsenal will be, I
disagree.
think, the deadest.
I feel
final.
like we have to get the better team to beat them. We play better against Inter are too much. Like they know, bro, they're just gonna low block us and counter in
Oh,
it.
so you think they'll beat you?
you think Inter will be harder than Barca?
Because for me, Inter knock out Barca. I'll say that from
You
now.
think?
Yes, bro.
Are you
Yes,
sure, bro?
Because it's like
They could, but I'm
Inter-
favouring Barca.
Inter, you know how you're just saying Arsenal are
Barca
one of the
last
best.
second leg just now, you know.
But things,
always going
Barca have
through,
been
man, to their
outscoring teams though. But you know, you just said Arsenal have the best defense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact numbers because this was before both quarterfinal legs. Yeah, but I think Inter had only conceded one less goal. I think yeah, one less goal than Arsenal. Arsenal and Inter have the best defenses. I can see Barca have been putting 3s and 4s past everyone, but I think when they play Inter, that team that just can only score. I think they're going to run it back to 2010 days with Mourinho, where they only need to beat you 1 or 2-0, and then you're hardly scoring against
Bro,
them.
but Giro, if Arsenal play Inter in that final, that game could go on for 3 days. It'll be
Nil,
nil.
nil. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll be the deadest final. It'll be one of the deadest finals, bro.
Nah, I don't want that. I want Arsenal Barca get
I want an
revenge.
Arsenal
06.
Barca final.
I hear that.
I don't want a PSG Barca final because I think Barca will actually roll them over. I'll be honest with you.
You reckon?
I think Barca will roll them over, bro.
Roll over Arsenal.
No.
Inter.
PSG.
PSG Barca final will be interesting.
What do you think about Arsenal PSG?
I feel like if we get anyone in the final, if we get to the final, we're winning the Champions League. So.
You think?
Yeah, if we get to the final,
I think their chances are higher than the other side of the bracket,
bro.
Are you sure?
Arsenal, we're not losing in the final.
What's
fam.
making,
I think you win the
what's
whole
making
thing.
you so
Because
confident?
every time I see my team in the final in recent years,
They've won. I think they've won every
in
final they've been in.
2019 against Chelsea.
But after that, every final I see my
Yeah, they've
team.
been in bare finals.
Okay,
No, I'm saying
any
post
game,
Arteta, no,
any
post
knockout,
Arteta, no.
any game like any high stake.
Yeah, but this is
game,
not.
fam.
This is not. FA Cup. This isn't.
I feel like
this isn't
I
Community
feel like,
Shield.
yeah, if we get to the final, fate is on our side and we'll get it done.
I feel like this is
I was
the
gonna say
confidence
to
of
you,
winning from Real Madrid. But
And
when you
bro, there's no way Arteta's going to a final and losing, bro.
why? What makes
He hasn't lost the final.
But this isn't.
Arteta hasn't
This
lost
isn't
the
Man
final.
City pre-season.
Swear.
This is.
Arteta hasn't
And
lost
he's
the
been his
final.
game of his
Four,
life.
yeah.
This is Barcelona.
Arteta's never
Lamine.
won.
Never lost
never
a
lost
final.
the
I think he's
final.
been about 3 or 4 as well.
What finals were they?
Better than a community shield.
yeah,
though.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
think-
yeah.
He had the FA Cup in his first two.
What are you
What
talking
are you
about?
talking
That's it. That's the only big the only final that we did in this FA Cup.
FA Cup. And then the Community
So wait,
Shield.
is my stat still not real?
No, still real.
What are you
I'm
doing?
saying in terms of like big fan, like community shield. Come on, community shield.
Community Shield is the first second best teams in England playing against each other.
Pre-season with Nico Riley and James McAtee
They
starting.
never.
that.
Well, I mean, they never played.
Palmer.
scored on Independence Day.
You know what?
And this got sold 3 weeks later.
But man, do you know what I think people are overdoing?
Jamaican
Do you know what I think people are overdoing? They're like, oh,
Fair enough.
they're like party's gonna be a big blow for the first.
He is
pause.
blow.
But
He
no,
is.
He violated. He violated.
No, do you know what I tell you what? Be honest, you need him more for the away leg than
Yeah,
the
true.
home.
Are you
I'd
sure?
rather him both because
No.
flipping on the reason why he got yellow card because he was flipping idiot, bro.
Do you know what kills me about Denzel? Yeah, only 6 months ago, he's like, this party guy, bro. This guy's so dumb. This guy, this and that.
No, because he's
Bro,
so when he's so good.
You
When
do
he's
know,
good.
Because he can
you do know he's
flip
been your
annoying
best.
though.
You
No,
know
I think
he's
he
been
still
your
want
best
to play
player.
against PSG, you know.
He's just flipping annoying,
Him
bro.
or Gabriel's been your best player this season. 1 and 2. It don't matter which way you.
No,
It don't matter
I
which way you
said
go.
Timber second.
Swear.
That's a shout.
Gabriel, Timber, Rice.
Top
That's the 3 I done last week.
Those are the top 3.
But this season,
Yeah, bro.
Partey weren't even in your top 3.
Is he better than any of those 3? Has he been better than
For me, only
Has he
probably
been better than Timber?
He's been better than Rice.
he's been better than Timber.
He's
in
not
my
better than
opinion.
Rice.
He's
Not
been
better than Rice.
Man,
For the whole season.
I've been saying
He's been saying this. He's
every
been
week I
saying
say
this.
Rice is off,
For the
bro.
whole
Every
season.
week.
And to be fair, you have
Saka was not there.
Bro, for me, the only player I can hear has been better than this season is probably Gabriel, bro.
Not
for
Timber.
me, Timber's third. Timber behind them two. Timber's been cold.
Partey's had a few bro. Partey.
Rice hasn't played bad some games either.
Rice even had a dip for like a month or two,
I don't really
bro.
see Rice play bad.
Bro, like
Rice don't really play
before
bad.
this Real Madrid tie, he
Rice
hasn't
doesn't
had a
Do you remember the
fantastic season.
discourse, bro?
No, but that's Rice though. You might need to understand what kind of player Rice
We
is.
know what
Individually,
Rice is.
Arsenal might have gone through patches of bad form, but Rice has always been there.
And Partey in the 6. And
Rice only had one
Partey.
bad game. What bad game was it?
What bad games? You watch your team on me. What bad games Partey had this season?
Nah, but there's times he just does some dumb stuff, man.
Yeah, but that's it. I can't lie. There's
I
times he
agree.
does that, but bro,
And he does it a lot.
I reckon he does, but he's been your most consistent performer.
Like, he's been good this season, but
he's the reason why. I know we
Not
all
better
think he's
Rice.
better than 8. I know we all think Rice is the 8, yeah, but he's the reason why Rice ain't playing in the position everyone thought he would. Bro, Partey's
I don't
been
think so.
cold.
I'll be honest with you. I think even if Partey was to leave, Arteta's not going to play Rice 6. He's going to bring in someone to play Rice
Zubimendi.
6.
That's why I was looking at Zubimendi,
That's what
innit?
I'm saying. I'm saying
I
that
don't want to
the
talk about
plan was
Arsenal anymore. I don't want to talk about Arsenal
Fair.
because flipping Partey, that guy's even annoying me right now. Fam. Guy went and got a yellow for no reason.
That's true.
I want to talk about Ballon d'Or. So obviously, Real Madrid are out. So in the different scenarios, who would win it? So say Arsenal in the Champions League, how does that affect?
They're going to give it to Salah if Arsenal win it.
Yeah. If you don't win it, you're
Salah.
doing us a favour.
They'll give it to Salah.
I'll be real. Even if you win Champions League, no one from your team's winning
yeah,
Ballon
that's
d'Or.
fair.
All this,
Rice,
if someone
Rice.
wins, if someone at
You'll
this
probably get
point,
top 5 nomination.
who
You won't
actually
win it.
takes
though.
it off Salah at this point? I think Rafinha might be the only
Remember we had the
feasible
discussion
guy.
in the car. Remember we
Rafinha
had
is
the
not
discussion.
better. It's not even Rafinha's not better than Saka.
Because Brandz wouldn't mind me saying this. Brandz
He's not though.
Yeah, no,
I thought
from Ballon d'Or, innit?
Brandz
So how was he winning this?
No, he's had a
football
better- he's had a
Ballon d'Or?
better season.
Brandz was
innit?
saying a couple of weeks ago, yeah.
Fab.
Brandz was saying a couple of weeks ago, Dembele. But what me and David were saying, Dembele went.
Give them context. Give them context. Don't just tell them I said Dembele.
But you did though.
Give them context. What did I say about Dembele?
Remind me. Because from 2020, me and David were saying from the new year he's been cold, but the first 6 months, like he was a bit hot and cold for PSG.
Let me tell you this.
I forgot what you actually
the
said,
reason
go
I mentioned that is because first of all, that PSG team that started the season,
Yeah.
they're nowhere near as good as the
They
PSG
are
we're
now.
seeing now.
Oh,
That's
so
the
you're
first
saying
thing.
like he transformed them kind of thing?
Luis Enrique has made that team a lot better, and also Dembele wasn't playing up top from the start of the season. He was testing out their stuff. He had Colin Mawani there. He got rid of him in January. All
They
that
had
stuff
that
there.
Lee guy, that plays for Son.
Kang Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm saying the
He's a
reason why I
prick, you
believe
know.
the last 6 months of the season are more important.
Someone told me that works with my bad. Someone said that someone I know, a family friend, works with him. She works for like one of the sponsors. Yeah, apparently he's a prick, fam. Like,
Just reading
like,
that.
apparently like, he was just like a rich kid and that.
Kang Lee.
Like he had fame from young type thing. Apparently he was like, I don't know the actual story. Let me not try.
Oh, do you know who he is, bro? He's that Korean guy that wears the camera playing football. You've never seen that,
Korean guy.
bro? He wears a body cam, yeah, and he runs around playing football. He does pick up games. That's him. I'll show you guys after.
You were saying about Dembele.
Yeah, go on. before I think.
I was saying the reason why the most important part of the season is the end of it is because that's where all the finals are. That's when you expect
But
these
that's-
players. No, it doesn't matter. That's when all of these
I didn't
players.
say anything.
Because I know you didn't, but this guy was gonna say no, but Salah did this and that over there. But then when you need him to do this and that over here now, where is? That's what I'm trying to say. These important parts of the season where you've got the finals. If he now wins the Coupe de France, whatever it's called, and then
The France.
PSG do win the Champions League, and he's just won his league as well.
Wait, I just
What's wrong
remembered.
with the Coupe de France and the FA
I
Cup?
just
What's the difference
remembered.
between them?
Who
What's the
can-
difference between them? What's the difference between them?
Who can still do the treble out of the last four?
Barca,
Barca and
innit?
PSG.
Wait, Inter as well?
If they win their
Maybe.
Yeah, Inter can because
Ooh,
they're
probably.
leading the
Did they
league
win
and
it?
they're in the semi-final. Yeah, 3 teams can still do the treble still.
you get what I'm trying to
Are they
say?
in
But
that
then you
cup
know,
now?
I look at bro, they are because I think they play AC Milan. I see it the other day. I look at all 4 teams. Yeah, if Arsenal win it, I don't think they've had a player from start to see. Because remember they do a campaign now.
We're not. We're just Arsenal.
I'll be real. I don't think any of us watch Inter like that. But do Inter have a worthy maybe Lautaro?
I mean, Lautaro has been their best player this year.
If Lautaro wins the Ballon d'Or, I'm watching
football. Yeah. Alright, cool. Let's wipe out Inter then. Then you look at Barca. They're just gonna probably say Yamal or Rafinha.
If Rafinha wins the Ballon d'Or,
I wouldn't give it to him.
Yamal done enough this season, innit?
How has he not done enough? He's got 30 goals and assists this year.
30.
Oh, can I talk about goals and assists? Can I talk about goals and assists?
Do you know why?
You can mention it for Yamal, but if I talk about Salah GA,
he says, he's got 7 GA in the league. So is he only?
He's got 7 goals. He's got 7 goals in the league.
He's got 7 goals in the league, and he's got about 11.
So wait, you can mention Yamal's GA, but if I talk about Salah GA, can I talk about?
I don't care about his GA because as a player, he's still been the best player in the world.
Well, actually, deeper. I think it's going to
Barcelona
Salah.
win it, they're getting a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, because they love the Spain. They love the Spanish team.
What about Lewandowski though?
Even he has a proper chance, bro.
Yeah, I can accept that.
But he has a chance.
But you know, Champions League holds weights because they exited early.
Who?
Because they
Lewandowski.
Yeah, but I know, but because they got kicked out early, do you reckon that like weighs on their decision? Lewandowski, because Bayern went out in the quarterfinal.
This nigga said Lewandowski on Bayern. He plays for Barca.
He doesn't clock. I can't lie, that's a fine, bro. This is why I call you Unc, bro. It took him a while to clock still.
That's a howler. Sorry, I delete that.
That is bad.
I was just saying, Lewandowski, he is in contention.
That is bad.
I think it's him and Rafinha.
That was bad.
That's terrible.
Sorry, Lewandowski.
That is bad. That's bad.
Nah, you're Unc, bro.
I thought he was trolling you, bro.
You know,
because he's saying it to me and he said he went out early. He's the Barca, bro. He said, no, Lewandowski, Bayern.
Nah, Unc.
Oh my God.
You actually think he has a chance though?
100.
He has a chance.
But even being in Rafinha and Yamal's team.
No, but they've got the spotlight. But then when they really deep it, they're gonna look at all of these players and say, "Cool."
And if PSG win it, you think Dembele has a chance?
PSG is Salah. No, he does.
Why not? Still, I don't think it, bro.
Bro, Coupe de France, isn't it?
Okay, cool. Coupe de France and FA Cup. They're the same thing. They're the same thing.
Hold on. So he's been in League On, a worse league than the Premier League. Agreed? Disagree?
Oh, I mean, they're both in the same situation right now. They both got runaway winners, both in their team.
Okay, Salah's got more GA in a better league. Why is he ahead of him?
Well, I mean, he would have won more by the end of the season.
Because he won trophy. And this trophy thing is doing my head in, bro.
I'm gonna be honest.
They do this. It's not the first time they've done this.
He wasn't fantastic. He
was
did well.
their best player. Away, he was their best player as well.
He was their best player.
Do you know?
I don't know why he won man of the match at Villa Park. I don't know why they did that.
He was the best player for them.
No, he wasn't. No, he was not. At Villa Park, he was not their best player.
Do you know what? Do you know why he might have a slight point as well? These little politics matter as well. Ballon d'Or is a French governing body, innit?
Forget about all of that, though.
Dembele's French, and he plays for the biggest French, well, not biggest French club, but the biggest French club at the moment. He's right. If they now do a treble with Dembele's form of the last 6 months, the pendulum probably will swing in Dembele's way. I'm not saying I agree with that, but I'm saying that.
When Ronaldo and Messi were winning it, were they not doing this as well? Whoever wins the most trophies usually got
because they were putting up 90G in the season. That's why.
And guess what? The person who got more still got the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, between them two, yes, not Dembele and Salah. Dembele, bro, I'm not being funny. This Dembele logic, yeah, this is the same. We should have given Vinny the Ballon d'Or last season then if we're going this last minute. Because that's what Vinny did. In the last 6 months, he turned up in every game, turned up in the final, won Champions League, but he didn't get it. And we all agreed that he wouldn't have been deserving of it. But we're going to give it Dembele. We're going to give it Dembele.
That holds weight because remember, international competitions hold weight.
Rodri won more weight than Champions League.
Rodri won the Euros.
Best player at the Euros.
I don't think Rodri should have won it.
No one gives a damn what you think.
Who do you think should have won it?
He knows Vinny. He knows now Vinny shouldn't have won.
Black Cleves.
He knows now.
Sky, bro.
But yeah, listen, Dembele hasn't had a better season than him.
I'm not saying he's had a better season because the season's not done. We were talking about as of right now. That's why I'm saying I would still give it to Salah.
But if PSG win, you give it Dembele.
Let me ask you a different question. Who would you be happy to see lift the Ballon d'Or?
Anyone but Salah.
You wouldn't be vexed about.
This is why I can't speak. How can you say that? Anyone but Salah. What's your hatred for my man? He doesn't know you,
bro. In the same time, when they played PSG, Dembele left the better player on both legs, bro.
So is he better than him? Is he better than him?
You'll be happy to see Dembele lift the Ballon d'Or than Salah?
Yeah.
Listen.
You three can say what you want. Yeah, especially you. Bro, you come on, bro. GSM Malt, bro. Come on, bro.
No, listen. This is being honest.
When everyone puts on numbers, it's good. When
Greatest
Salah does
man
it,
of all time. Called Jakami. He infiltrated everyone. Look. I'll be honest. Salah, as of now, Salah is the he is the most deserving brand. You even admit that as of right now. But I can't lie. I'm with Brandz. If Dembele doesn't treble in that and performs in the next 2 games of the final, it's
hate Salah as well.
I'll be real. I went to Paris in November.
You don't even look the same, man.
I went to Paris in November, yeah. I bought a ticket to go watch PSG play, and Dembele. I got it with my
November. DP said
every
November.
single time.
DP said November. DP said November. We're talking
Dunk it up, bro. There's no way.
But I mean, he's only actually. This probably backfires on what we're saying, but he's only really been performing in 2025, and that's what David's saying. It's from the start of the season.
That's what I know, but that's what I'm trying to say. I understand what he's saying. I understand his thing.
Because Salah's August to December was crazy.
Yeah, but what about Salah's January to now?
It's still been okay. Not as peak.
It's not been as peak because I think by his, we were speaking about standards earlier. Like you were like, by Haaland, his bad team was 21 GA. Salah went 6? I think the last 6 games getting only like 1 GA or whatnot, and everyone's saying X, Y, Z. So, but I think if you look at the body of the season from August to May, it has to be Salah.
Oh no, let's talking point though, because I'm just deep in the names that we're naming for Ballon d'Or, and there's been a lot of talk about football being dead right now.
It's dead because all the best players are they're too young to carry their team.
Man say it's dead, but then 4 English teams, they're saying the Premier League, not even football. I think the discourse been the Premier League's been dead, but then you're seeing 4 English teams get to semi-final.
Oh, that's a good shout. United, Europa League, what are you saying?
I mean, they've got the greatest Europa League player of all time on their team, so it doesn't matter.
Bruno Fernandes.
That's another GS, man.
If we're lucky, man, the Bilbao tie, honestly, I'm not confident going into it, but we did something fake against Lyon. We can do something.
Where's second leg?
At them, bro. I'm not sure.
Whoever gets the second leg will go through, I reckon. Because finals
we've
in
had
there,
the last 2 second legs at home, so I don't know. I'm not sure.
The finals in Bilbao, isn't it?
Yeah. So
if you win Europa League, how happy would you be?
Very, because that changes the dynamic next season. It's not even about Champions League. It's about money to get people out and buy players.
Yeah.
That's it, bro.
Let me ask a question though. Hey, Dave, let me ask a question.
What does happen to 5th place then?
5th place doesn't get it.
Oh, same mums.
No, they don't.
No, they won't.
Are you sure?
If United or Spurs win the Europa League, 5th place won't get it.
Say what?
100%.
125%. We're deep. We're only meant to get 5 teams. If they win it, it'll give us 6 teams. We can't have 6 teams in the.
No, but I read something that fifth place get it regardless, bro.
No.
Because I even read some graphic that I don't know how, but like 9 teams can be in Europe this season. Yeah, but half the Prem can be in Europe.
Yeah, they'll just give it another Europa League spot then.
Yeah, that's probably what I was reading.
I think if Chelsea win conference as well, then
they'll go.
They're straight in Europa. Yeah. That's mad. Wait, so Champions League, they can only be 5 teams.
We'll double check that, to be fair.
Because deep, if they said, deep what they said, top 4 gets Champions League. They gave us an extra spot, meaning 5 teams were meant to go in max. If they really wanted to give us another one, they would have given us 6th place as well.
That's how it works, though.
Brethren.
I don't know.
Either way, that doesn't matter.
So if they win Champions League, you man are pissed.
No, because we're 4th place.
I'll be real, we're both relaxing.
I'll be honest with you,
I don't really care who else gets it. As long as my club's in it, cool. And just, I want Spurs to, I know you don't have to ask fan, but I want Spurs to win Europa League.
If Spurs win,
I don't want Spurs, I want United.
If Spurs win the European trophy.
Spurs? Why?
Spurs are going to get in. If Spurs go in the Champions League next season, they're finishing 36th.
Yeah, but still like
36th out of 36.
Now, rather United than Tottenham.
No, you would say that, but bro.
But I hate Man United more than Tottenham, bro.
Swear. So why would Arsenal fans say United more than Tottenham?
Bro, deep.
Let's be honest, Spurs aren't really giving your ops out there. They're just near you. They don't do anything. No,
they are their ops, bro. Let's not do that, bro.
No, but they don't do anything, bro. That's why I want them to win. Because
that's like saying, why? So what about the Battle of the Bridge then?
If your op was in a wheelchair, would you be shook of him, bro? Let's be real, fam. That's how I feel about Tottenham, bro.
Oh my days.
That's how I feel about Tottenham, bro. They can't win a European League, a European trophy before, man.
Basically said his op was Joe Swanson.
You get it? Their op can't do nothing. Our ops can't do nothing. So we should be worried about them. However, I just hate their fan base, bro.
Same.
They're just flipping annoying.
I hate you too, bro.
Your fan base.
I think you two have the worst. Actually, we're bad.
How they tell them, man? They're forcing me to analyze their game, bro.
Hey, that was so funny. This guy said,
they're forcing me, bro. I said, cool, you wanna force me? You're not gonna get it, bro. What do you mean?
Nothing to really analyze, bro.
Man are going, they're doing flipping back and forth with Leon.
That's crazy.
Against
Bro, 4-2 down. They had 10 minutes.
Lacazette was bagging
In
them up. You know?
2025,
Oh my
Lacazette.
God.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know what it is about United at Old Trafford in European nights, but I never think. I swear to you, I was at another game, and I said to my guy next to me, something telling me this ain't done. He's like, bro, there's 15 minutes left, bro. Like, they're 2 goals clear. I said, Old Trafford's weird, bro. They got something weird in that ground.
You know they haven't lost. You know they're
the only unbeaten team in Europe.
You know the commentator said they haven't lost a game going into half time up by at least 1 goal since 1976.
See, that's what I mean.
And
When
it's
you
like
hear stuff
500
like
games
that,
since
bro,
then.
We've drawn, we've never lost.
it's crazy, bro. Old Trafford is weird. You lot could be, and you know what? It's this
That's a
ain't.
sackable offense. If you lost that game, that's a sackable
You know
offense.
they used to say this is Fergie. This is a Fergie
To break
thing.
that record,
You lot done this under.
40 up is mad.
You know,
2-0 up.
you lot were having comebacks like this under Oli, under Ten Hag was doing this. All your man, this is just a United thing. All your managers were doing
But
this,
what's
bro.
good
It's
is,
weird.
what's good is this will paper over the cracks.
Yeah, no,
bro.
keep that. Yeah,
And they'll still be ass.
But it's
You know,
got
some
nothing to
of
do with Amorim, though. The players, bro. The way we defend the box, just watch it, bro. Step 4, bro.
No,
Like,
Euro's the only defenders. His box defender's actually good.
Not even him, bro. Yeah, bro. He's there back healing it in the box.
Don't lie, you're letting the Henry thing get to your head.
On Thursday, he was taking the pitch.
What
He was
did
trying to back heal it.
Henry say?
Bro,
Oh
he
my
said,
God, he was getting on to him. Man
He's
was
getting
like,
onto- he's like, what are you
everyone knows
looking
he's
at?
onside, so I don't know what he's looking over for, and he was like this.
But bare players
You
do
haven't
that.
seen the meme?
Henry- I
You
can't
haven't
lie,
seen the
Henry,
meme?
that was a bit unnecessary. Bare players do that. They still look. You get so people just.
So can I ask a question then? So let's say
I got a
United
question.
win the Europa League, and get Champions League football.
Is it going to be a better season than Arsenal? No question.
Do you know what?
Let's swap places then.
This is a question.
Let's
For
swap places. Which one do you feel better?
This is a
Which one do you feel
question.
better?
This is a question for you, man. Yeah, and the Spurs fans watching this. Yeah, of course. I was gonna say, do you really want to win Europa? That's a dumb question. They'll want to win any trophy, but I'm telling you, you know how Levy is. You know what Levy's like. You know, if Spurs win this Europa League, that means Andrew will stay on, and we can't ignore their league season because they're gonna finish the league on 20+ losses, bro. Do you not think it will be like let's say you're a Spurs fan, you want to win the trophy, but do you think it might just paper over the cracks because they'll keep
They
Andrew?
had better injuries, so I'm going to allow them still. They
What
had,
about them?
That's what we did with Ten Hag.
I was like, Tottenham,
We
innit?
charged last season to injuries. We kept Ten Hag, and then you saw what happened.
yeah, then we
So you still think they should still sack him,
He
even if he
cost
wins?
that
If they win it, I don't think they should sack him still. But
If they win it, they
Bro,
should
20,
definitely
bro,
sack
they're
him.
on
If they call it a
18
day.
league.
call it a day.
Yeah,
David,
his job
please.
remains on that.
David,
game,
listen to me, yeah. They're on 18 league losses now, and they're
fair.
probably going to end up on 20+.
18?
Yes, bro. They're on 18
We're on like 14.
league losses, bro.
Nah, that can't be true.
Check.
Half,
18.
basically half the game.
Yes, bro, and it's going to get worse because they got us at Anfield,
Nah.
and they've got another big game. They're going to end on 20. They're probably going to end on 20
On
league
that
losses.
note, I'm going to do quick Champions League predictions and Europa.
Winner.
Yeah.
Oh Lord! Now I have to back United, Europa,
And
Champions League, Barcelona.
I'm saying Arsenal and Bilbao.
That's a dead Super Cup. And put that in the
Colin,
bag.
this is all just hate watching right now.
Arsenal, I hate to. This is making me sick, but Arsenal and United still. I think there's the way you come back. I think is written, but Arsenal and United still.
Barca and United set out for the Super Cup. First one since what 2000? Oh, when was the last time you man played them? Oh, you man played them when Messi nutmegged.
Barca United.
Even
Yes,
So we played them the other day when Anthony
Yeah,
scored.
I forgot.
Apparently, the Europa League final was in Bilbao, by the way. Allegedly. That's what someone told me.
No, it is.
Just know that, innit? Nico
It's
Williams.
not gonna
Anyway, that's another episode of UTL. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Keep sharing. We appreciate it, gang.